from Wellington. When I visit, did you guys go around?
This is the first place we came. We came yesterday.
Migan's Palace. Migan is the ancient Minister of Defense that takes care of execution of those that are condemned
to death
by law. And so they cut their head. It's not a sacred ground, but it's a historic ground.
Yeah,
and the historic tree where he used in cutting off head is still there to date.
I want to see it.
So we kind of...
is it part of the tour? Is it part of the...
He mentioned it yesterday. No, it's not part of this one.
So we kind of renovated it. And over there also, there is another office like this, because that is entirely
another place.
But it is the same organization that
controls
it.
Bonjour. Bonjour. Oh, I love this, man.
We are at Agina. Okay, we are at Agina. Look at it. The area they call Agina in Porto Novo. Let's go a little bit under the trees so we can have shade. So right here where we are now is...
Just hold on. Hold on. Hold this for me.
This one I interviewed.
I can get everything. I'm a writer. I must write about it. Don't worry, it's just part of my own process.
That means I go do Happy New Year for me, because this one...
No we are together.
Okay. At least we are good ambassadors, so we should try and...
yes, we want to promote everything
about this. Okay, so right here where we are, this is Porto Novo, and the area where we are is called Agina. There are so many quartier areas in Porto Novo where we have voodoo temples, but not all the voodoo temples have been renovated like where we are now. So, but with the aid of Sankuture Wadada Cultural Center, and sponsors from Europe, we were able to get the mairie, like the local government chairman, to give permissions, talk with the families who have these temples to make it open for visitors to come in. Though it's a very sacred and ancient ground, an ancient place. Okay, so right here where we are now, we are in front of le temple vodun Jisung Bogan, which is, we can say in English, the voodoo temple Jisung Bogan. And by my right, we have the voodoo temple Jinkwe. These two voodoo temples are situated here and are separated by a street which we call the artistic street, La Rue des Artistes. La Rue des Artistes, which is the artist street, is decorated with contemporary artworks, drawing, paintings, carving, which are always changed annually. Okay, here right where we are now, me, hundreds of years old. We can it is from our ancestors that it came. Okay, and this tree have been here right from where this place was inaugurated as a voodoo ground. And these trees also are sacred trees. Like by my right here, we have 4 trees behind me. By my immediate right here, we have the tree is called Colatier. Okay, Colatier is which means the cola tree. Okay, this is not its season, but if it is a season, the seeds fall. Let me see if I can get some seeds like example for you. Okay, I'm not seeing any seeds now, but I'm not seeing any seeds now, but okay, the shells are not here. But I believe we all know cola.
I know.
Seeds, okay? Right. So this cola, why it's planted here? Because it's sacred. It is with colas that we consult the oracle. Okay? In vodun, we always do what we call consultation. You always consult the oracle for the oracle to tell you. It is the oracle that tells us what we have to do. Okay? We have decisions of our own. But if there is anything that is like we can't define, we go to the oracle to get solutions from it. Okay? And the cola is part of the sacred objects or fruits that are used to consult the spirits for us to get answers. But before I go into voodoo more, because we are talking about voodoo here since we are in a voodoo temple ground, before I go into voodoo more, I would want us to know the existence of voodoo and the existence of our being, okay? As it was transmitted to us by our ancestors in the beginning of the world. You know, we have so many religions today, but voodoo can be considered as one of the oldest and first religion in the world, because even from the Western world, their laboratories and their findings, scientific findings, we find out that one of the oldest bones found by them is from Africa. And Africa has been existing with a law and culture which is bounded by voodoo. Some people also think that voodoo is witchcraft, or it is evil, or it is bad. But actually, if you come to know about voodoo, it has nothing to do with evil or bad, because the culture of voodoo tells us how to respect our neighbors and be kind to others. Okay, like if I want to say something now, or some days ago, 10th of this month, I think some days ago, it was a voodoo festival, public holiday in Republic of Benin. Okay, all the different sorts of voodoos come out. Mami, Sapata, Tohonsu, China, all the voodoos come outside. Okay, and while this was going on, a little child who is an adept, who is a worshipper of voodoo, an adept, a fervent worshipper, was arguing with his elder, and he kind of uttered some insultive, like a curse, to the elder. And some other adepts now called him, "Hey, you little boy, why are you saying something impolite to this old man? What am I trying to say? When you are a voodoo adept, you don't say insultive words to somebody.
You don't
curse
disrespect.
people. You don't, it's not really, it's respect, but there is a power in you as a voodoo adept. So you always say what is good. You don't say what is bad. You don't tell somebody that the person is crazy. Because if you say somebody is crazy, the person might go crazy, because the voodoo that is in you, the God that is in you, can make that person go crazy. Okay? And also in the voodoo culture, we don't, you see somebody's wife, like you feel you are so cool. You don't take what is not yours. That is most of the rules in voodoo. But many people think it is otherwise. Some other people think it's magic as well, but it's not magic. It's just the spiritual power that is behind it. Just like we are going to see in some of the, when we'll be visiting the temples here. So if I go back to this kola tree, the kola tree in the traditional medicine for voodoo, it is used to take away sleep. Like in this modern world today, they say it's cafe. Some Western people, or even everybody, say they want to take cafe so that they won't fall asleep. But in the ancient time, we don't have cafe. Though we are the ones that have cocoa, which is refined to be cafe now, but we don't have this intelligence there. But traditionally in voodoo, we eat kola, and when we eat the kola, we don't fall asleep. Okay? And in marriages in the ancient time, now they will say you have a ring to bind you, a man and a woman. But in the ancient time, it is with this kola. Once the man and the woman says their vows, says their oath on the kola and pray on it, and in front of the priest, and they eat it, one kola together, they are already bounded. Okay? Flirting, adultery, and all this are not in voodoo. Because if a man does it, or if a woman does it, with the kola that you have eaten, it tells on the woman. Somehow, you have to confess. There is a repercussion for that. So voodoo is a very sane culture. Now, if we go back to the history of how voodoo came, in the beginning of the world, the earth and the sky were so close to themselves. The way they were close to themselves was like a calabash and its cover, a pot and its cover. So in this way, they now, there is love that generated among them. Okay, and this love now brought about children. The first children were the plants. When I say plants, I mean vegetables, flowers, trees, plants. And the life continued harmoniously until they now brought about their second children, which were the animals. The animal, when I say animals, cats, goats, lions, elephants, these were the animals. The world continued harmoniously like that until they brought out their third children, which were humans. Okay, and when they brought out humans now, not long after they gave birth to the humans now came with a rebellious character, trying to know where their father sky is. In the Bible, these were other religions that came after vodun. In the Bible or some other like Muslim or Hindu or all the rest, they will tell you that it's Tower of Babel. Some people were, but that is what is in voodoo, which they extracted and created what they did there. Okay, and now because they were trying to know where their father is or where the sky now left the earth and went far away. And when it went far away, the earth now was now worried. Let me use the term Mother Earth, okay, was now worried, just like every other mother, and how will she take care of her children? And the most precious children to Father Earth, Mother Earth and Sky was the plants, because these were their first children. And when they gave birth to these first children, they gave much of their force, their gifts, their powers embedded into these plants. That is why you see in voodoo today, most of all 90% of voodoo is from leaves, trees, barks, and all the rest. And I can even say from our today Western world, most of our medicines are from trees and plants. So these are the forces which Mother Earth and the sky placed in their first children. In voodoo also, we have in voodoo also we have in voodoo also. Yes, in voodoo also we have le vodun matérialisé et le vodun non matérialisé. That means we have a materialized vodun, a vodun that is not materialized. That is visible and invisible vodun as well. Okay, and when this all start happening, that was when the vodun that is called dan. When I say dan is in gun or fond, it means python. The